Right, so in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about whether you should be getting out and overseeding an existing lawn or even seeding a lawn from scratch now that it's March. And the simple answer to that question is no, you shouldn't. And it's for a number of different reasons. You know, the first reason is, if you think about a seed, particularly a grass seed, it needs temperatures of anywhere from kind of 7 to 10 degrees consistently in order to get good germination. And the key word there is consistently. And one thing that March isn't is very consistent. This past week at time of recording, we've had fairly decent temperatures. We've had days where we've had like highs of 10, 13, yesterday was 16, and today we've had a high of 17 degrees, and that seems brilliant. And actually that is perfect seed and weather. However, the week ahead of us now is a very different picture. We have highs of 7 and 8, which might initially seem like good temperatures for seed, but then it's the temperatures overnight. We're getting some days where we have 0 degrees, where it's going to freeze and we're going to have a frost. Some days it's as low as 2 or 3 degrees, and that is not favourable for grass seed. And it's not just about the germination, it's about that seed germinating but becoming a seedling, and then turn that seedling into a mature grass plant. And that's where we need those decent temperatures as well. So in terms of when's best, we kind of want to be waiting till, you know, at least April, mid to late April ideally. And really the start of May is a brilliant time to put seed down, because we are going to have those consistent temperatures throughout the month, and it's not going to drop as nowhere near as much as what it will do in March. Another reason why you might want to postpone seeding as well is to do with the amount of moisture that's in the soil at the moment. Now, if we think about the sort of year as a bit of a graph, in the winter we have quite a lot of moisture in the soil, if you know, too much if anything. And as we move through to the spring, that moisture level starts to drop, and then when we get to the summer, it's the driest that the soil's really going to be. Hence why we water it to kind of redefine that balance. As we then move through to the autumn, the soils become more moist, and then obviously we get back to the winter and then there's a lot of moisture in that soil. We've got to think about it as like the Goldilocks zones, that band in the middle. The winter's too wet, the summer's too dry, whereas in the spring and the summer there's that perfect balance. In March, and particularly at time of recording and sort of like getting towards the middle of March, we're sort of on the cusp of that Goldilocks zone, but not quite. What can happen is if we get on and overseed the lawn, you know, we're going to have to get on with the scarifier. It's going to do a lot of damage, it's going to thin the sward out. We'll chuck some grass seeds down and we're going to top dress it. If we do have inconsistent temperatures, it means that it's probably going to be a low germination rate from what you've actually put onto the soil. Your seed's going to be germinating as well at lots of different times. Some of them will come up quite soon, some of them might sit there dormant for a few weeks, and if your soil is particularly wet, it gives it more opportunity to rot away, and also gives opportunity for the birds to come down and take your seed. But you do see a lot of stuff online that says get a head start. If you do this now, you're going to be ahead of the game when it comes to spring lawn care. And really, who are you in this race with? It's not about who can germinate grass the soonest. Like, I've got germination in March, so that means my lawn's going to be better. Well, really, if you hang on till we have decent moisture levels in the soil where we can actually get on and control it more by having to water the lawn, if anything, we kind of want that soil to be a little bit drier than is preferable, because we can add that water to it. It's much more difficult to remove that water if the soil is too wet. But if you do wait till the moisture levels and the temperature is more preferable, then what will happen is when we do scarify and we do overseed, we'll get germination pretty quick. We'll get it in within, you know, 3 to 5 days, and there's going to be a lot of coverage. And because the temperatures will still be favourable, those seedlings are going to mature much faster, and it's going to thicken up your sward better. And because it's a much faster process, if you wait till a lot later, it means that weed grasses find it harder to take hold, other weeds find it harder to take hold. As soon as you scarify your lawn and you thin it out, that is an opportunity for anything to germinate, whether it be the grass seeds you put down or any weed seeds that there might be in the soil that might have blown in from somewhere else, or from an existing weed plant that you might have knocking about. It's just about picking the right time of year and the conditions. And we speak about months as in, you know, April's a great time, May's a good time. It's really the weather. Yeah, we do have favourable conditions at times in March, like I've already discussed. But just keep an eye on the weather. Look at when we're going to have some warmer days. It gives that soil a chance to warm up. Look how much rain we're getting. You know, we're going to be getting loads and loads of rain, which is then not preferable because it's going to wash a lot of the seed away from where we've put it down. Or if we got a few wet spells over that week, which is just going to keep that soil nice and moist, ready for those seeds to do the thing. So yeah, I just thought I'd share this because a few people had asked in the comments, and what I'm kind of trying to say is, don't rush. The perfect lawn takes time, and I've been guilty of rushing in the past, and every time I've rushed to put something in place, I've made decisions which I wish I hadn't have made, and which I probably wouldn't have made in hindsight if I'd have waited a little bit longer. So I hope you have enjoyed today's video, or at least found it useful to some degree. I know people are going to disagree on this topic, but that's just the nature of the beast, isn't it? If you want to follow along with any more lawn videos like this, I've got lots of things planned over the coming months. The aim of this channel is to keep lawn care simple, to go back to the absolute basics, and to try and not overcomplicate it, which can sometimes be the case with a topic like this. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'm not an expert, but I'm learning on the go, and I'm sharing those things with you guys as I go as well. So consider subscribing if you haven't already. Finally, thanks for watching.